Well, I'm not allowed to be trekking anymore. I'm not even allowed to be out and about, but I can still be about. So this is all about Spain, and Marina D'Or in particular. First of all, let's flash back. These are some shots taken in December 2018, so just over 12 months ago. And at the time I was telling you there was some excavation on the main road between Oropesa and to Marina D'Or, and I wasn't quite sure, but there seemed to be a roundabout taking shape. And of course later on that turned out to be exactly that. Now in these pictures, which as I say just over 12 months ago, the whole place was excavated. The nicely landscaped gardens were all kind of dug up and destroyed. But pleased to say that after they'd finished, we whizzed forward to a couple of months ago now, and there it is, it's all landscaped again, and you would never know this whole area had been dug up, except from the fact that there's a brand new roundabout stuck in the middle of it all. This is one of the apartment blocks in Marina D'Or. It has commercial units downstairs, and it was only about a year ago that I mentioned that Todo Deco Casa had turned up, and they have everything for your apartment. Well, not anymore, they don't. They didn't last. But the ACV group have taken over some units next door. In fact, I would say 3 or 4 units, and they're selling stuff for your apartment. The football pitches still have to be maintained, but I doubt these people training are still seen there. Of course, we've had to come home, and we don't know what's going on now, although we do know that this Holiday Business Solutions seemed to have a fire about 2 years ago and never recovered from it, so they've never come back. So we had to go home, and this is Station Road in Oropesa. This was our last day in the resort, and we had to get a train back up to Barcelona. We were hoping to spend the whole of April in Spain and give you some great shots of Easter and all the parades and things, but of course not only can't we be there, but none of those things can take place either. So on the way back up, as we pass through Tarragona, let's just have a quick look again at that. And there's a big stone wall, which we didn't realise until we'd been up and down there a few times. It is a place where lots of pigeons live. I'm going to end this month with some more from Tarragona. Now, I've already done a couple of pieces on the port and the old town. The bit that I wouldn't normally show you, but of course we can't show you a lot of new stuff this month, is the trip we took on the road train. Now, we quite often use a road train in many resorts just to get some extra angles for features we're showing you anyway. So you may have already seen a couple of the pictures from this, but here's the whole trip on the road train. It takes you right down on the front, around the port area, past the railway station and everything else, and then back up into the town. It's pretty obvious from looking at these shots that the town centre is typical of Spain, where there's lots of outdoor life, lots of cafes and restaurants and bars on the streets as well as on the seafront, and people enjoy the cafe culture here and the outdoor life. Well, of course they can't be doing that now, but I reckon that if you look at these buildings, the apartments where the Spanish live above the shops, you might notice that an awful lot of them have balconies, and some of them are very interesting balconies indeed. So I think that although they're not allowed out, they're not even allowed to wander around their own apartment buildings apparently because of touching handrails and things. I assume they're allowed to go out to the shops, and they'd have to press the button in the lift and probably wipe it afterwards. But these balconies give them some hope of getting some fresh air, and they can always just move a couple of chairs and a little table out and have their drinks out on their own balcony. So there we are, that's Spain for this month. Who knows what we'll be able to do by next month.